Добрий день, я вітаю всіх.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody who joined us in Ukraine Media Center Ukrinform. We continue our operation. It's day 292 of the heroic resistance of the Ukrainian people. And once again, on behalf of all our team, I want to greet our heroes with the day, congratulate them with the day of the land forces of the armed forces of Ukraine. Thank you for everything. And joining us right now online is Vitaly Kim, the military governor of Mykolaiv region. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mr. Vitaly, was the situation in Mykolaiv region? How was the last day? We know that the enemy keeps bombarding the Mykolaiv region. Was the situation as of now? The last day was relatively quiet, but in Ochakiv community and Kosarup community suffered some damage. They suffered bombardment with MLRS. The city of Ochakov was targeted. One private building was hit. But we're finding out the details of the situation. Was the situation in the region with power supply? The situation with power supply in the region is stable within the last couple of days. Well, the situation is stable in the region. We rebuild the lines which were damaged previously, and we're using the limits allocated by Ukrinform. Maybe there are any news on the delivery of potable water. The process, the works are in progress. It will take certain time, but everything is happening at optimal pace. We depend a lot on electric power supply in that regard. It's been almost half of December. We were all preparing for the difficult winter. Do we have any preliminary summary? Was Mykolaiv region relevantly prepared? Are there any issues arising? Well, it's only the beginning. We didn't have the real frosts yet. Mykolaiv region was preparing and we keep preparing, but it all depends on our armed forces, on how successfully they will repel the strikes on the critical infrastructure. So we continue preparing, we keep deploying the resilience stations, we add more generators, we use these posts, so to say, and the successful work of our armed forces to improve our power independence, so to say. As to the Snegriv community, what's the situation in the occupied regions? Do we make it bringing comfortable life back to those areas? Yes, the occupied areas of Snegriv community are coming back in I would say with a fast pace. The Ukrainian TV was broadcasting was reestablished there, as well as the cell mobile networks. The life is coming back to Snegriv community. Mr. Vitaly, any news about Kinburn Spit? And can you share anything with us? Yes, there is information that the number of civilians who left there, who refused to leave, they procured some reserves of potable water and food there. Well, the enemy keeps bombarding the Ochakiv community, and I cannot give you any more comments. Well, we have questions in the studio. Please, good afternoon, Irina Mamchar, Ukrinform. I would like to ask you about the return of the businesses. However, I know that the main thing is the heat supply, but we've been talking a lot about that. Can you please tell us about any signs of businesses coming back to Mykolaiv after liberation of Kherson? Is situation changing or not? Thank you for your question. The businesses are coming back, but it's a very broad question. If we're talking about small business, they're coming back because people have demand for services, so the small businesses are coming back. But talking to the medium-sized and large-sized business, there is still a threat of bombardment. The Mykolaiv has a status of a city near the front lines, so talking about some big industrial businesses, it's still dangerous for them to come back. So the government will still allocate orders for big businesses which remained in Mykolaiv. So the big businesses will only come back soon, but the small businesses are coming back already. Just one more small question. There is electric transport, the trolley buses driving around Mykolaiv, and at the same time there are big problems with the boiler rooms. So where the power supply is being supplied according to the schedules of the rolling power shutdowns, the boilers doesn't make it heating all the water, and there is no good power heating supply in the residential buildings. So weather is doing a great service to us, but we cannot rely on it completely to continue the way it is. So don't you consider any options to refuse the services of electric transport and to the advantage of the boiler rooms? That's more the question to the mayor of the city. Those are the different branches of electric grid. We can get the electric power to the boiler rooms, or and just to switch off the electric transport. In any case, if there is not enough power for the boiler rooms, so yeah, we will resort to that measure, but it doesn't influence it in this way, because the boiler rooms are being supplied with power from a different branch and they need more power, so to say. Mr. Vitaly, as to the resilient stations, how many stations are already deployed in Mykolaiv region, and do you observe a demand on the part of the people for such resilient stations, and if there are any problems, so can you describe those? Well, I cannot tell you about the resilient stations as to the but as to the problems, we implemented the schedules, and for example, now people have enough power to have lights all the time. So this is what we're working on. We continue working on, and we have certain agreement with Ukrinform. And I think that everybody will feel it when we will have more stable schedules. Most of the enterprises, they agree to work during nighttime. We make it in a way so that businesses can operate and it doesn't make any harm to the people. So the Mykolaiv region currently operates under emergency power shutdowns. We are currently going in compliance with the schedules. Just after the missile strikes, we had emergency shutdowns implemented, but now we work in compliance with the schedules. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Vitaly. I'm reminding you, dear colleagues, joining us was Vitaly Kim, the military governor of Mykolaiv region, and just at 13:30 we will have Ivan Fedorov joining us, the mayor of Melitopol. So bear with us, trust in our armed forces who work for our victory, and glory to Ukraine.